Yo. Day 80 of 10 miles a day for a year. That's day 80. That's only 20 days from 100. And that's only 265 days away from the end. It's Friday night. We're getting out a little bit late tonight. Felt tired, so I needed a post-work nap. Talk to you later. There's a stadium from the North Bottoms. Not sure what route we'll take tonight. Not gonna be too crazy. Probably just checkpoint every couple miles and check in. It's gonna get dark soon, so I got the headlamp. Press and hold. Bada bing. Bada boom. Looks like a decent sunset tonight. I'm a little late. That's alright. Lincoln Bridge lit up. Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's a lovely train stopped. It's a rare track for a train to stop on. They must be waiting for another cargo train to pass through, but there in the distance is a radio tower beyond that bridge. And weird thing about the radio towers, ever since I moved to Lincoln, I was like creatively obsessed with them. I don't know why. They just look really neat silhouetted against like the moonlight in particular, or sunset skies or anything. But they just kind of sit out there in the middle of the open, weathering the storm, any storm that comes after them. Something about that's just always intrigued me. While I was going through architecture school, thinking about different narratives with them. I don't know why. What it would be like to try and live up in one. I don't know if you can get a clearer look of it now beyond the bridge there, past these trees. Their light's always blinking. I don't know why. Fascinating though. Lone towers in the distance against the night sky. Here's the original radio or cell tower I was talking about. This one gets backdropped by either the moonlight in a very, very early morning run or a beautiful sunrise. And I'll have to catch one of those later. But they're just, I don't know, they're weird. They're honest in what they are. They don't try and mask, like in Arizona, I think it is. They get covered by like fake palm tree leaves. They get masked in other ways, but here in Nebraska, man, they are just exactly what they are. Industrial and tough, but delicate somehow too. Weird design school thoughts, but I don't know. It's very honest and raw. And we as humans oftentimes are not. We like to mask. This reminds me, even if things suck, you can still stick it through. With that, we just passed a couple miles. Let's get after this evening run. I just remembered this dream I had during my nap a bit ago. And I was running up this part of this bridge on 27th Street. And it felt so real. And I was amazed at how fast I was going up. Like, it took 5 seconds for me to go from the bottom of the bridge down there to the top up there. And I just remember believing, like, wow, today's 10 miles so easy. So easy. My body feels so good. And I was sleeping, but it just felt so real. And I woke up and realized I still had to run. Dreams like that are so funny. when they feel so real, you wake up bleeding them. Ah, that's funny. Abel Sandoz Hall is right there, where I stayed my freshman year of school, 2012 to 2013. Jeez, I'm getting old. 30 years old. Working on 31 in July. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That's life. Alright, so I don't know how much you can see, but this is the building I work in. I decided to go south on Billy Wolf, right along Antelope. And there's my office building right there. I've done a couple of shots for the YouTube channel up on the 5th floor balcony on the other side of the building here. Yeah, fun to look at night. The whole building looks way different at night than it does during the day. At night it looks like a very light, airy, transparent building. But during the day, it's stone cladding, I think limestone cladding on the exterior. Makes it read much more solid mass. And the windows appear a bit dark. LEED certified building. Well designed, automatic shades on every floor to respond to the daylight coming in to prevent solar heat gain, but then also harvest solar heat gain during the winter. Very cool stuff. Very cool. I do love Lincoln. I do like my coworkers. I like that building. I'm grateful for everything I have in life right now. It's a good life. Just got to about mile 6.5. Getting there. A few years ago, well, probably more like 7 or 8, these buildings went up, and I really wanted to live in one of them. And it turned out a 1-bedroom suite there was like $1,800, $1,600, something like that, the first year they were open. No thank you. Just renting. Nuts. But people pay, man. I don't have those kind of means. But goodness gracious. They were beautiful floor plans with a balcony. Small for that much money, though. Ooh. For the last 3 miles here, we're going to head up west through downtown. And then back north to the North Bottoms. Little change in route. Used to do this all the time. Haven't done it this year yet. Fun stuff. One of my favorite parking garages. Very like 60s, 70s, I think. I dig it. I'm going up a quiet street of downtown. O Street's a couple blocks over to the north. That's where I used to spend my Friday nights. But haven't had a drink in almost 6 years. Those days are over for me. I did my fair share, hurt my body. No, thank you, sir. I'm so much better, the version of me today. I'm so grateful for the changes I made because I was in very dark places back then. Ooh. Grateful to be at least miserable running instead of miserable drunk. Good stuff. We are rounding third, headed home for the night. And I'm feeling pretty darn good. The legs are not sore. I've just been taking it easy lately. You know, the typical 7:30 a mile, 7:45 a mile. Not bad. But, yes, just past mile 8. In a couple more miles, we'll be back to the Haymarket Park. And home. Happy Friday, friends. I hope you've had a great week. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are. And I will check you back tomorrow for day 81 of 10 miles a day for a year. The new Stadium Plaza. Believe it or not, when I gave my little story a few weeks ago about Kansas City, I moved to work at a company that worked on stadiums all around the world, including this one. And before that, I worked at BVH Architecture, who's the local architect of record on this. And I got to, on the very early conceptual days of this project, before when it was just an idea, I got to work on some of the ideas. very fun. But like I alluded to back then, working on projects like this, or Toronto Blue Jays Stadium, or football stadiums, baseball stadiums, Olympic stadiums, requires you to make it your life. You need to work more than 40, more than 50, more than 60 hours a week, all-nighters. And I love cool spaces, I love architecture, but I don't love it that much. So I opted to move back to Lincoln and find connection and meet a beautiful human. It's the best decision I ever made. And I met Allison in this last year. And now I got the best of both worlds. A good job doing cool design, and a girlfriend I'm about to marry. Beautiful. Life is good. Alright, sorry for the postscript jargon there. Just a little bit about life. Had to do it once around the stadium to add mileage onto the end here because I'm just at 9.5 right now. Should be just about right by the time I get home. Alright, have a good night.